Welcome back to another Drift Mania Championships. That the last video we got the WADA-R2 in a few weeks ago, and we probably just gonna be trying to upgrade it, and unfortunately we cannot able to do so. But first off, it's time to do for its test drive, and what we'll be seeing about for this one, we're gonna be changing the color. Is absolutely going to be using for the color red as well. So this is Audi, of course, to get things a little bit pretty small, but this is the current color about this. So I have to turn red as really possible, so it's gonna be a little bit perfect. But before that, next is going to be to unlock the Porsche as well. So looks like it's not gonna be making things a little bit for going to get upgrading as well. So we'll be now able to upgrade for this later on. So the first stage isn't going to be just like easy, you know that. So let's just, before our first time, instead of the road course is going to be like this, instead of for the Montreal in Quebec as well. So let's go for the Calgary as well. So it's time to start. But instead of their downforce, let's just get into ours for the first time. So probably it's not going to be making insane like the suspension in the Audi's vehicle like this thing, and it's going to be such as not amazing at all. So it's not going to be taking for just like easy. It's time to get some a little bit pretty hard, but the RPM is probably not all the way up as well. So this is not going to be trying to drift all the way down here. It's been like commentary for almost 3 years, and it's absolutely that they're frustrating like this thing as well, that everybody is never going to be watching like this one. Because during this commentary video, without any commentary videos, it's going to be like a description or some sort of that you can find some other kinds of videos in this channel without commentary that you search that in my channel. So it's gonna be look like this. It's absolutely for a large amount of power slides and not sort of like this thing as well. So it's not over here for just going to be over here, and it's about to be for over 100,000 points we got here. So it's gonna be trying to say it's gonna be making for massive points as well. So 20,000 to go, and it's not going to be making sense to worth it. And we got here, and that pushed up in the damage over here that we're gonna be seeing the replay. So not by the over here for just the final lap. I feel like I was started to get bad at driving and drifting around corners, that you can see the finish, and he just eventually wrecking for something a little bit kinds of stuff. And not before this. We're gonna be fully upgraded, and we have rewarded for myself, and we have just one like this, and I cannot even go online for just like this. And probably we just seen for the results. We have all checked, we have achievements, all 5 achievements has been corrected as well. So even for the points required that they just taking for a very billions like this thing, because I was extremely pro like this one. So before we're going to be upgrading of this vehicle, it's time to tune the vehicles to maximum settings and the gear ratios, and gonna be making this only white. I mean, this is absolutely weight distribution is gonna be always light as well, instead of heavy things like the new vehicles that causes very extreme amounts of cost. I can reset like this thing, and it's absolutely 535 horsepower and 492 pound-feet of torque, and this is absolutely going to be using for some sort of a horsepower like this thing, and I'm probably not sure. This is going to be for just only one thing, 6 manual gear speed. Before we cannot able to upgrade some, we cannot just upgrade like that, and probably this is going to be such as the most advanced of. And let's just gonna be try to upgrade this. We have the stage 1, and it's fully red. The stage 2 is absolutely some sort of a customization, and the wide body stage was absolutely pretty insane, like a fake DTM, a small 2-door coupe DTM as well. So not instead of this thing. So we have their spoilers available. And we got this a big wing, and we just eventually patches it. So we have for a mini wing, the carbon wing. I don't really try to use this. So the HD Pro Champ that I'm just gonna be using, and let's just gonna be changing the tires into something else that wasn't gonna be probably to do this. So it's not gonna be trying to finding things a very perfect reference that isn't going to be just like me, and I mean this isn't going to be just like this, and I feel it's something I'm going to be awkward at this. And let's just go into for the Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So let's just give ourselves a start, and we're probably not going to be known that we're going to be seeing this. It's not going to be very hard to do this, but before we're going to be making a full throttle about of this vehicle, so I'm going to be putting down for the mouse off, and we're going to be ready to start. So it's not going to be very sudden like this, and I'm just going to be putting the mouse up, and oh dear, it's not going to be making such as the primary. So let's just going all the way for this one thing as well. As we're just going to be doing the improvements way, because unfortunately the acceleration isn't probably right, and this is not going to be causing for turns and probably to do so, because it's going to be need some upgrades anyway to enter around for the podium as well. So if you're going to be using this car that you're going to be entering for the tournament, so it's almost going to be ready for the tournament, and this is not going to be such as one improvement. If we're going to be installing some heavy equipment into the vehicles for the modification as well, and we probably accidentally didn't let go of the gear, so I'm not going to be trying to make things a little bit very hard with this, because the plan is to beat 21 million points, 2,100,000 points, and it's absolutely going to be making for its duties. It's not going to be such as for only one thing. It's going to be trying to make some for 3 laps, and it's going to be really harder as well, instead of going off tracks, and it's not going to such as one thing that I just feel such as the dirty driving. It's almost going to be a little bit it as well, and into the final lap as we'll be seeing for rounders with a replay selection, and it is going to be such as one thing. It's going to be not alright to do this by using up this vehicle, so not instead that we just completely able to drive like this, that we're almost going to hit the corner before turning left too early, and it isn't going to be making to do this. But I just eventually use some rims to make things a little bit perfect, but more like these days is going to be the final lap and today's mess again. So we're going to be seeing again in a replay selection. It was probably too early, so before we're going to be wrap up for today's video, as the final results, that the total score is 2100. Their new points is going to be probably the time bonus was our new score. So looks like it's going to be the race results, and my career is going to be at 9 million. So it's 100,000. Probably it's going to be reaching all the way to 10 million points. Before that, it's not going to be to do that the total career is going to be really insane. And most likely we're going to be hit up to billion scores in the total career. That is eventually ended up in 19,000, almost $20,000 in cash we have for today. So we're probably going to be making things not to do this. We're not going to be using for the global world. And it's time to upgrade of this vehicle. And we possibly not going to be to do so. And let's just upgrade for the stage 1. As it's time to spend up for some any kinds of money like this. And let's go for our stage 1 instead of the wide body DTM. As we purchase many of them that we currently probably to do so. And the stage 2 unlocked, and it's not going to be before that. And that should be the end of this video. So I hopefully that if you enjoy of this video, that we're upgrading into some sort of a Speedster GT as well. I'm not sure this isn't going to be upgrading as well, that according into this vehicle. So if you like for today's video that I just upgrade for some, that we have 2 boring stages and 1 that was extremely legal as well. So this is going to be the end of this video that we're wrapping up for today, as we're going to be into the tournament we're going to be unlocking for the wide body itself. Thanks for watching and for all your support. This is going to be Turbo Concept is signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads all later.